Hey everybody, this is Chad Warren and it is 7:53 a.m. Sunday, November 16th, 2025. Hope you're doing well. Here I am at the Can My Eyes Work to read the sign? Maumelle Rock? WMA? Uh, Bungle Creek Trail. Which after I have my second cup of coffee, I'm gonna go out there and do some hiking and running So anyway, here we are at Linktree at chad.warren. That's my home on the internet. You can find me there. What are we talking about today? Well, we're talking about magazines, digital magazines, offline magazines. And my best friend Colin, he is interested in this. Um, he is really good at doing some drawings, like you can see here. He was in the army, and this is his lovely daughter, Rose. Anyway, so he's somebody that I met at working at this restaurant and nightclub. Well, the nightclub was the afterthought, and Vue Carre was the restaurant. And we have a mutual friend, Reed Means, and well, like I said, anyway. So the point is that we worked on independent movie projects, uh, and you could look that up if you search Reed Means Palm Tree Shoe Productions on IMDb. And I had heard that he is going to be coming and visiting for a bit and wanted to do some more projects. He lives up in St. Louis with his wife. So hopefully that comes true, and I need to call Colin and check on that because it's been a number of weeks, if not a month, since I heard about that. But anyway, so do you remember zines? I was a tag along with the punk scene. I graduated in 94. So, probably I started going to shows about 91, 92. There was an art gallery in downtown Hot Springs, Arkansas, which is my hometown, First National Park. It's got a lot of different influences. It's very eclectic, and definitely acting and art and all that stuff has a presence there. I did community theater taught by Neil Fleckman, who has done stuff on Broadway, and my first girlfriend was Reggie Ott, and her dad uh, did a ton of acting. They there is a theater there now. Oh, it's changed names. Maybe it's the Bathhouse Show or No, I can't remember it. It's what it's called. But anyway, so I thought I was going to make movies and all this stuff when I turned 18 and went to the Art Institute in Seattle for a little bit and went to Full Sail for a little bit and just floundered all through all that experience. But that's something that I really want to do, and it mirrors like when I was in the 8th grade. That's when I got into community theater. Reggie Aunt, and then her friend Robin Hall-Smith. That's where I first played Dungeons and Dragons, and I still want to play all that today. But it's always hard for me to figure out how do you organize people. So I'm hoping that this magazine will be a good way to meet other entrepreneurs and creatives that want to cooperate to be the solution instead of being bandied about like a cat with a mouse in the political clown show of daily news and whatever garbage pop culture that we have. So yeah, conservative types, they need to create an alternative to Hollywood. I mean, Kevin Sorbo is great, but they don't. Those people, it's all Trump stuff. It's not really alternative media, and they don't have money and they don't have organization skills. It's like the left can't meme, but the right doesn't know how to organize a union or organize an artist collective type of thing like the left does. And of course, the philosophy of left and right is valid, but any kind of political parties, that's just where I'm at. Yeah, there's a Father Creator and Mother Nature. No, I don't want to hear about any Christianity, any Judaism, any Islam, any, and then now they have been, the same way that Rome took Christianity and turned it into a weapon to dominate the world with holy wars and over in the Middle East like they do today. They're doing the same thing with Gnosticism, which is, more the part of the Bible that says Jesus said, "You will do everything I did and more." That's not about kissing my ass and having some statue of me dead on the cross. It's about you resurrecting while you're alive, that you're going to be handed all this horse shit identity, like Tron given an identity disc and we're all given a smartphone. It's all this garbage to realize is clown show, and not to argue and get upset about it, but to just opt out and to find the other people that want to play open source. So why am I having this on the background? I was looking at a radio thing there, a little ad, but we're going to go here to, I found out about this magazine, digital app, software, whatever, from this Medium article written by Nathan Harper. I'll have a link in the description. Good question. I think there probably is a rule at Medium that you have to share if you're being compensated for these links that you share. But I mean, how do I know that this guy isn't just lying to me, or not by omission? He picks this one app. I'll show you right here. I haven't used it. I don't know anything about it. But I mean, I do affiliate marketing, so I'm not dissing that. I'm just saying, if I do that, I'm going to be upfront about that, and it would be something like, yes, I'm going to be compensated if you pay money to these people. But I really, do use and prefer this app, So that's basically what I came here to announce, is that I am going to focus on this because I think it's a great blend of two things. The general goal I'm trying to figure out is to use the internet only for the purpose of helping me in the real world in general. And then, okay, I'm interested in Gnosticism. And I looked, I just, on Facebook, I typed in Gnostic Church, Arkansas, and I didn't see anything. I saw there's one in Texas. But then really, that is really synonymous with Catholic, the more mystical side of that, but absolutely. So that would be overlap there, and I think in general, what I am looking for here are the people that live in a psychedelic way, which doesn't have anything to do, doesn't have to. It's not really, it's too much emphasis on taking drugs and not enough emphasis on creating. The whole point is to break down barriers that are artificial and political boundaries that are constructed by this master class that wants us to cheer for our football team nation when they're all owned by the same people. So it's to disrupt that horse shit. You know, I want to disrupt. I can't stand the whole online thing. I think that the internet is a big dead end. And that if we went back to MySpace and blogs and magazines and stuff like that, we'd be doing a lot better off. You know, the internet was supposed to connect us with other people, not AI. But you see how that's going. And just like the Trump MAGA thing was supposed to be about bringing us back to the glory days of America, not having Elon come in with Doge under this false premise that it's about saving money when really it's just about taking all of these government data, because they're going to transition over to this whole new model called the network state. Because, you know, if you look at Facebook, that's like a nation. That's a virtual nation. And then that goes back to the Israelites, right? That is a virtual nation. Same thing with Christianity. It's and Colin uses this phrase LARP free or die. You know, LARP is a live action role playing game. If you're playing Dungeons and Dragons, it's the opposite of the satanic panic of the 80s, meaning you're probably not likely to go insane like Tom Hanks does in the TV movie Mazes and Monsters and be down in a New York subway about to step in front of a subway car thinking you're fighting a dragon. No, what's the reality is that you're going to be taught this fiction about Jesus, right? If so that you can have a strong family, so you can raise a bunch of men to be sent off to war and die for banking gangsters. That's the satanic panic you need to be worried about. So, yeah, I think that having a magazine is good because somebody can just do, you know, create their own meme and then submit that and we can insert it into the magazine. So it's a virtual community water cooler conversation. And whatever it is that we're interested in online, like Gnosticism, well, then we need to have local people. And we need to be reducing pyramid hierarchy, master slave systems by being as self led and small group oriented as possible. That's the circle, that's the female energy of the Holy Spirit that is around the triangle of here's God at the top, and then we're all down here at the bottom. That's about it. Why don't you tell me what you think of magazines? I tell you what, I'll show you one other thing too. There is this guy that I don't even know. I just had a brief interaction with Darren Ward, right? Okay, so look how this went. So this guy friends me November 4th, and I say, hey, if you're friending me, it's just you. I'm an affiliate marketer, and I feel the same way as you do. Get out of here, scammer. If you're friending me, it's just you trying to sell me something. I'm not interested. But if we have a common interest, you wish to discuss, go for it. You know how hard it is to get strangers online to understand and reply to that? Just cut the shit. What do you want? I'm a cooperator. If it's anything I give a crap about, I'd be more than happy to help you if you're willing to do the same for me. And on that spirit, you need to go see the new Predator Badlands movie, because it is about this Dex of the predators, which are called, what are they called? Yaochu or something like that. He's the runt of the litter. And they normally kill their runts, but his older brother wouldn't allow his dad to do that and sent him off in this spaceship to you have to choose an enemy to hunt, and then you bring back the dead head, and that's how you're welcomed into the tribe as a man. And he picks the hardest enemy because he's understands that he's the runt and he has to do something to really prove himself. And so he figures out that he's not going to be able to beat this basilisk enemy by himself. So it is not allowed to have any mercy in this predator culture, and it's certainly not allowed to have friends. That's all weakness in their eyes. And so he learns from humans, synthetic humans, AI, robots, that is the strongest weapon that humans have and the most dangerous, because if you do admit that you need somebody else's help, there's a very strong chance that you're going to be taken advantage of. That's what women are put here on the earth to prove. It's the power of being able to destroy the most powerful men by lying and conniving and pretending to love you only to destroy you. So, I think that's about all that I want to say here. Do you agree or disagree that the internet is dying? And what I learned from affiliate marketing is that sometimes the old ways are best. You're just trying to introduce yourself to people so that they know, like, and trust you, because there's a million other people selling whatever it is that you're selling. And when I say selling, I just want to make sure you understand this isn't just about money. If you had a acting group and you had a page on Facebook and you're sharing your acting videos and you're trying to get people to come be a part of the community, right? To be a part of your acting troupe, well, you're selling something. You see what I'm saying? We live in a marketplace of ideas. We're all selling something. We all naturally recommend things that we really like, and we crap all over things that suck. And if you're on social media and you're not making something happen with your posts in the community, right? And in business, then you're the product. All those people that believed in Doge got used. You're the product that's being bought and sold on a fucking digital human trafficking site. So, now we're going to shift to... so I didn't finish this. Okay, so Darren says, hey, you were sent as a Facebook friend suggestion. In the new year, we are launching new AI tools and side hustle digital magazine. If this is of interest to you, then it would be great to connect. If not, I wish you all the best. Okay, I'm interested really more about your digital magazine. I think the internet is dead, no fun, and so my friend and I were talking about making an offline magazine compiled by a hand-picked group and distributed like zines back in the 90s. We can put ads in it. It's about connecting with locals and doing stuff as part of an intentional community. That's the future. Even what their mainstream, Elon Musk and all these people, the network state, that's what they're going to be selling you on, is that, like I live, there's in Arkansas, and there's this place called Hot Springs Village, and it was made by Cooper Communities. They made another one in the northwest part of the state called Bella Vista. And everybody talked crap about it my whole life. Oh, it's a bunch of rich foreign people up there in a closed community think they're better than everybody. No, it's not like that at all. I went to Hot Springs Village with my stepmom. She did all this choir stuff, and then I did act at community theater and went up there, and I go, man, this is the bomb. This is the way all communities, all neighborhoods should be closed off, have a gate for you to come in, have all the stuff right there. There's no need for me to go out to the gas station and the subway and all this spread all across town. That's the way it should be. Not that you can't enter these places, but they just need to be more actual communities where people have something common of interest that unites them. In those cases, originally it was retired people from Florida or up north that want to come down here because their money goes farther here, etc. But I want to warn you that when you see this more and more, it's going to be this corporate version of that. And the goal, you see, is as the United States is over. I don't know if you got the memo, but it's over. You can, kiss Trump's ass all you want. It's not going to help. It's 250 years. Governments, empires, they don't last longer than that. The whole West is going. It's gone, and those people are global anyway. It was never ours. They've all moved over to China and all that stuff, and there's no nations. It's just this a few rich people, Rothschilds, and all the rest of us. And it's a big mafia. So there's nothing respectful about military, police, government. It doesn't mean you hate them or nothing. I'm just saying none of that's going to help you. But the problem is they're going to get everybody into these intentional communities, right, to dissolve this union that they themselves constructed, these Luciferian Freemasons. And then there's going to be all this chaos and this World War III that's planned ahead of time, like all this other stuff. And then people are going to be forced into this new one world satanic government. Is the plan of the bad people that run things, and that we're responsible for that because we go along with their reindeer games and are divided and conquered. So I just want to make that distinction. That's true of anything. There's a genuine version of it, and then of course there's these shapeshifters are going to sell their counterfeit version of that, and we need to be able to be honest. We need to call it our Americans Anonymous. Hi, I'm Chad. I'm an American. Hi, Chad. I believed in all this stuff I was taught, like the Pledge of Allegiance, but then I, smoked enough weed and watched enough YouTube videos to figure out, wait a minute, they're teaching us to put our hand over our heart. This is already pagan. What are these Christians doing this? Okay. And then you're pledging your whole soul to this flag, which is a symbol of the government. And you think the government is this, but the people that make it, it's all, America was just made as a stepping stone towards a one world government. So you're not really conservative. The whole Enlightenment is the most left-wing thing ever on the planet. And I'm all about free speech. I used to hand out pocket constitutions. So don't come up here and say I'm hating on this stuff. I'm just telling you, it's not going to be there for you. All right, so let's see what Darren says. Sounds like an excellent idea. My magazine has been in a print magazine for 3 years. The costs were increasing too high. To make a profit, you have to charge customers such a high price. Therefore, I decided to stop taking on new subscribers and make it digital. In January, it will relaunch as a digital magazine with an added membership containing various resources and 35 back issues. Due to the hype and rip-off money-making sites online, this is the way we feel as people that are professionals in this. I'm going to introduce you to my mentor, and he told me the same thing. I'm going to tell you what he told me. To be distant from these shady sites. Therefore, I will, meaning, just like resurrecting, I was talking about earlier, you're given this fake identity and you have to figure it out. It's all bull. Yes, there's God and Mother Nature, but I don't got to go to this church or the branding of any of this stuff. Everything you have is in you. First of all, and the more that you love yourself, right? Not because you're anything special, compared to other people. But all of us are spark of divinity of God. So that's the concept. It's not about I'm doing magic and I'm powerful like God. It's like, no. When Christianity's telling you that you're worthless, you're just a sack of shit, there's nothing you can ever do. Only Jesus, the perfect man. Whoa. Like, just go watch that. I haven't even seen the movie, but I get it that the one with Denzel Washington where he's the last guy with the Bible. It deals with that whole thing. Who's got that Bible and how they use it is the key. And everything is turned into an idol and a weapon. So I am interested in a free subscription. And I'll be paying more attention to what Darren's got going on. As a matter of fact, I'll take a peek over to the site here. founder of A to Z Website Solutions and Daza Digital Marketing. DazaDigitalMarketing.com. Okay. Let's go look here. But that's why you're in high school, you know, they have the yearbook group and the people that run the news, you know, National Lampoon was a little magazine for the kids of the campus. But then it became a big national magazine. And then movies and all that stuff. So that is the deal, is you just need to value yourself and handpick other people that you associate with based on a common interest. That's valuable. That's power. You don't need to join a union and get screwed over by them as much as you do management. You need to start your own little small culture. Okay, so his stuff's coming in the future. We don't seem to be able to see more stuff. Okay, now I'm going to show you my mentor, Russ Fye. Okay, and yes, this is like the product that I sell under him. No, I don't want to do that. Go to his page. Helping people build freedom with mailbox money. JoinRuss.com. But this is other than the traffic and advertising that I sell to other affiliate marketers, the product that I represent and use myself, I get every month some piece of silver. I just did a video, the last one I just got here. But this is the basic offer that we do, is that you can get a free 1 gram silver bar. It's just to prove that it's a legitimate company. All you got to do is, I'm going to have a link in this description. You take a tour of this website and this business and these products. So, you know, you can just buy precious metals at wholesale or retail. And then optionally, for a very small fee, you can resell that to others. I mean, I'm talking 1975. You can get you a little 1/10 of an ounce silver coin and the ability to resell this to other people. But that's the main offer there. Now, let's show you, speaking of offline and connecting with online, another thing that I have gotten into in the past, and I'm going to get into again with Russ, is mailbox money. So let's go to that. All right, so I would encourage you also to check this group out, which I'll have a link to in the description. Okay, Mailbox Money Nation. There's 14 members. This is a very new group that Russ has got going here. Basically, Russ, as I understand it, he struggled for 10 years in affiliate marketing, and he's been successful for about 10 years as well. He's the nicest person. I've been trying to do this since I was 18, and he's like a blend between the nicest and the most successful person that of many of these mentors that I've dealt with. I'm Russ Fye. I created this community to help you break free from the 9-to-5 grind and build real, sustainable income from home using social media and direct mail marketing. Here you'll find practical training and proven strategies, tips to grow your side hustle or full-time business, mindset and accountability to help you stay on track. This is your space to learn, take action, and connect with others chasing freedom just like you. Start introducing yourself, share who you are, what you're working on, and your goals. Let's build your future together. Russ. And it's called Mailbox Money. I will show you that. JoinRuss.com. And I think the minimum cost for this and what it is about learning about the world of direct mail, like postcards and letters with your offers inside, and how much more of an impression that's going to make on people than just another Facebook post or ad on Facebook and whatever. and it costs $50, and you're going to get 50 labels of people that they know how to find leads, putting up work from home offers, and then people put their info in there, and that's what you get there. And then speaking of, that's why this is truth in advertising here. I tried this for 3 months of paying $50 and getting these 50 leads through these labels and sending them my offer, which was the first for this mailbox money thing of doing the same thing with sending $50 for 50 names. But then I also put in the offer for Quicksilver. So, and I said, what is the deal, Russ? I know you're legitimate. And then that's the whole problem with this affiliate marketing. It's like, I don't care what you say. Any kind of industry where like only like 1% of the people ever are successful, you got a question. But I mean, to be fair, that's kind of just business in general, right? You could have a hot dog cart and have 100 people, and there'd probably be only about 10 or fewer people after a year that were in business, right? So that's just, everything has this kind of, you can't ever tell what's true. You have to have faith, and you have to be positive. I really am serious about that. And on that note, I'll show you what I'm reading. That we've all heard about positive thinking, but there's so much science of quantum physics to back up that, like epigenetics. First they're like, oh, it's all about your DNA. We're going to figure out the DNA, and then we'll be able to stop cancer. Well, that didn't happen, did it? And then this thing came out called epigenetics, which I learned about in a book by Dr. Joel Wallach, who was personally responsible for why we're even able to buy supplements over the counter versus having to go to a doctor. He had to fight the FDA 6 times in court and won. But did it just show that book? Let's see. Yeah, here it is. Born by D. Wallace, Giving Birth to a New You. Yeah, I was talking about the science behind positive thinking. There's tons of stories in here. One of them is about how the military did a study, and it showed that they separated a cell line from people, some live tissue, and they stopped doing the test after they moved it 50 miles away from the person, and they were able to measure put you in a room and have you watch a video to stir different emotions, right? Happy, sad, angry, whatever. And it not only did it register what that result was there, but 50 miles away with no difference in time, they got the same thing. So quantum physics is real. That's the big thing that's been publicly discussed for 100 years, the double slit experiment and all that stuff, that your observation of stuff, your power of belief, is what shapes reality. And that's why they come up with the Bible and Shakespeare and the Constitution, because they're fictions, right? So what we understand from memes in the internet world is they're merging science with occultism, magic, and all this stuff, which is proto-science, alchemy. Like Newton, Sir Isaac Newton, was more published in alchemy than in physics. So that is an artificial boundary between spirit and science that was created by the Vatican and is being deconstructed by the Vatican. But they always understandably presumed to be ahead of all the people that they bat around like that cat and mouse, right? So that they're always in charge and we're following them because You do have to pick mentors. You do have to be around people that were successful. But then you also have to honor yourself that God, Mother Nature, gave us everything we need. So that's the key. The best contribution, yes, we're social animals, but the best value you have to the tribe is your individual mission. That you have to go through this odyssey to discover. Again, like the Predator Badlands movie. And he ends up, I'm not going to tell you that, but it's really cool if you like that whole, it's basically the Guardians of the Galaxy ragtag group of fuck-ups, bad news bears, wins. It's Predator plus that. All right, so that's about mindset and how important that is, because literally positive thinking is the gift of creation that we have a little tiny portion of as children of God and nature. All right, so I think that is more than enough. I hope you gotten some value here. Did you have zines? What do you think about a digital magazine? Do you ever deal with email newsletters? We all have access to skill sets. We need to create a new general human comprised of different skill sets, and then not spend any money on universities and all this for most people. It's not about plugging yourself into a corporate government system because they don't want us. They're replacing us with other people from India and China and AI. All right, that's it. Thank you very much.